Well, they say an early season snowstorm may be on deck in less than 48 hours, but today is picture-perfect fall football weather. Crisp and cool at Soldier Field in the Windy City. The final playoff push is upon us. It's Week 12 of the NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports. And this opening dynamic kickoff not going to be returned. It'll come out to the 30-yard line. So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
Ready? 60 Bobcat, 60 Bobcat. Set go.
To throw is Romo. And that is incomplete.
And they want to get him going early in this one because, remember, he struggled throwing the football last week, and he's firing away to start this one. But that one was incomplete.
Now it's 2nd and 10.
Let's go now. Go.
Back to throw, Romo. And he comes back with one complete. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3. This defense for the Vikings, they were terrific in the win over Tennessee a week ago.
Enlightening talking with the defensive coordinator about their performance last week, because the feeling was that it was a good, solid performance. They did what they needed to do to get the job done and get the win, but definitely a few lapses that they're looking to correct.
Escaping the pressure, and he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game. Here comes the Bears punter now. He'll kick it away after a 3-and-out on the opening drive of the game. Only 2 punts for him last week in the loss as he gets this one away. Taking it about the 16. A big kick there. We'll call it 56 yards on the punt. And the Vikings will take over here 1st and 10.
Ready, break. Let's go.
Here's Peterson as they begin on the ground. Past the 20 for a short gain, 2nd down. You look at this Bears defense. They're currently 6th in the NFL in defending the run.
I still crack up a little bit after we left our meeting with the defensive coordinator, because I said to you, stop me if you've heard this before. How about him saying, well, first order of business, we got to stop the run. Of course you do. He's got a good unit, but facing the #1 rushing team, they have to stop that in order to have a good performance.
In search of 4 yards here to pick up the 1st down. To throw, White. Going with a screen for Murray. And he gets it to the 32. Good enough for a 1st down. So they elect to decline it.
And why not? Just go ahead and let the play stand, and they'll take that.
White looks to throw. He's airing it out for Williams. That is incomplete.
Not a great start dropping his first target, but let's face it, it won't be his last chance because he'll get opportunities to make up for that one throughout this game.
2nd and 10.
Here we go.
They run over center with Peterson. And this will be a Vikings first down as good running gets him to about the 44.
Well, there's plenty of real estate for him to maneuver on that run, and let's face it, it shouldn't be a surprise. He's one of the better backs in the league. Had to come into this game with the idea, slow him down, otherwise it's going to be a long afternoon.
19 Tiger, 19 Tiger, trap 60, trap 60. Ready?
Wide off play action. And this one too low.
This could be the start of a nice stand from this defense now after getting walked backwards on this drive. Come through with another one here, and you have them staring at a 3rd and long, and that puts the defense in a position to dictate to the offense.
They'll try the middle with Peterson. And they'll hold him to 3 there as he takes this up to the 47. Pretty good little 2-play sequence there. You force the incompletion, then a very short pickup.
Yeah, now maybe you bring in an extra defensive back or two because you want to try and defend on 3rd down. They like to play those nickel or sub packages, don't they?
Now White. Flush to his right. And he will slide to a stop. He does have the first down. It goes as a gain of 8, and it moves the chains.
Certainly not a positive sign if you're the D coordinator and you see your guys give up that space so early in the game. 3rd down, that's when the clamps are supposed to come out. But his ability to create things with his legs makes things difficult.
And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Yikes, a 4-yard loss really sets him back now for 2nd down. White. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete. You look at this Bears defense. They're currently 6th in the NFL in defending the run.
Most of their challenges have come in the passing game because against the run, they've been pretty darn good. Now you got to figure out a way to slow down those receivers before they get downfield and maybe make a few more plays on the ball when it's in the air.
Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. And the Bears are going to get the football here at their own 40-yard line. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. They'll start at the 40, so great starting field position following the interception. After the interception, here's Romo, eluding the pressure right. And he just gets rid of it, throws it away. The wise move there, looked like nobody open, now 2nd down.
And that's the knowledge you gain from being in this league for a long time. He's learned the hard way when to give up and fight another down. And that's a smart move to throw it away.
It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Brandon, we saw these defenders flying to the football in their win last week, and nothing has changed. They're still moving around quickly and forcing incompletions.
The threat of a 2nd straight punt to start the game is looming as they come up 3rd and 10.
Ready?
Here's Romo. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Looks like a 2nd empty possession to start the game, and certainly not the way you want to start when you come in off of a loss last week. Every team talks about starting fast. They're hoping on their next possession, it can be a delayed fast start and get them going.
And he didn't quite have the backspin on that one. It hits at the 4 and continues into the end zone. It's a touchback. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. Not an ideal way to end their previous drive. They threw the interception, Charles, after they had built up some momentum. They were moving the football, but something to at least build on for this offense as they run back out here. And the defense loses him. It's complete. Touchdown, Vikings. Kevin Harris, his 11th touchdown of the year. And the Vikings are on the board first here this afternoon. One play, 80 yards. Pretty easy drive to recap.
It certainly is, but not so easy to execute. Starting on your own 20, you want something to kickstart your drive and get it off to a nice start. They went for the whole thing and got it. That's a great way to send a message to the opposing team.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And no run back here. That's going to be a touchback, and we'll bring it out to the 30-yard line. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. Not only are they in search of their first score, they're in search of their first down in this ball game as they come up 1st and 10. They'll start the drive with a carry by Jones. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
Second down and 4.
19 Lion. 18 Rattler. 18 Rattler. Take over.
Romo. And that's caught inside the 30. And he'll cross over out of bounds right at the 25. A gain of 39 that time.
Already over 1,000 yards receiving this season. That catch is just going to add to his total. Certainly not resting on his laurels. He's trying to continue to gain as many yards as possible and continue this big season.
And he takes it down to the 10-yard line. They moved the ball over 50 yards between this play and the last one. So not quite a 1st and goal. It's 1st and 10 from the 10.
70 Rangers. 70 Rangers.
From the shotgun, a give to Jones. And he gets halfway home from the 10 to the 5 on a pickup of 5.
And that's exactly what you want on a first down run. Pick up 5 yards, bring up 2nd and 5. The defensive line, though, they've got to figure out a way to out-leverage the guys up front because the offensive line is winning at the point of attack.
Now receiver in motion left. Romo. Flushed out right. Got his man, and it's caught for a Chicago touchdown. Rob Gronkowski, a 5-yard touchdown. And the Bears are an extra point away from evening this one up. Point after, right down the middle. And we are tied at 7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And no run back forthcoming, so this will come out to the 30. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. Well, partner, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success. Line of scrimmage, the 24. This is 2nd and 6. Up the middle, it's Peterson. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down.
Well, you know they had a 3rd down play on standby just in case, but he says no need with that carry. Runs like that will continually earn him more work in this and future contests.
Here's White. He's airing it out for Williams. This is caught inside the 15. Touchdown, Vikings. Kevin Harris. 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. And the Vikings have taken the lead. Extra point try good by Gano. And that makes the score 14-7. Minnesota's kick team ready, and the Vikings boom it away. And no chance to see a return on the dynamic kickoff. They'll move this out to the 30-yard line. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. After that last score we just saw, now 14-7, so a chance to march down the field here, try to tie this football game. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on first down, but he couldn't reel it in.
Thus far, they haven't been able to move the line of scrimmage very well in the running game. Almost felt like they said in the huddle, can you guys pass protect? Let's take a big shot downfield. Didn't get it on that one, but they may come back to it again.
Here's Romo. It's caught by Jackson. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Hard throw, incomplete. Problems on 3rd down so far in this first half. Relatively small sample size, but they're now 0 for 3.
And the average in the league, somewhere around 40% on 3rd down for offenses. So what's the answer to this? Either convert them or don't get to 3rd down in the first place. Get your big chunks of yards on 1st and 2nd down.
And that kick will go out of bounds right at the 20-yard line. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out, looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways, because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
They run again with Peterson. And he's got some space here. Inside the 20. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. A great play there. His 25th touchdown. Tying him at Smith for the 5th most in one season. And the Vikings are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Gano the extra point, and it's now 21-7. Minnesota's kick team ready, and the Vikings boom it away. And we will not have a return. They'll bring this to the 30. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And Charles, a very uninspired effort the last time we saw them out there. Was a quick 3-and-out, then they punted the football.
Yeah, and you never want to get stopped so soundly during a series, but what would be even worse now is letting it happen again right here. They've got to get going.
I would say it'd probably be a good idea for him to reintroduce himself to his receivers at the half, because they're definitely on different wavelengths. But I also don't advocate waiting that long. Next series before you get out there. Hey, let's get together, guys. Let's get this thing moving.
Here's 2nd and 10. A shotgun snap for Romo. Short throw complete to Gronkowski. And he's out of bounds, able to take this one up to the 35. 5 yards, now it's 3rd and 5.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on 2nd down. That was a positive play, because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now it gives them a much better opportunity to convert on 3rd down.
On 3rd down, here's Jones. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. It's an 8-yard pickup and leads to a new set of downs. The Bears at 4-6 now on the year. Charles, they were losers last time out. What do you think they need to do differently here?
Well, I don't think it needs to be as drastic as burning up last week's game tape or not watching it, but the attitude has to be what's done is done. Let's move on. Put that one behind them galvanize themselves and go forward and get a win in this one.
And he'll be taken down across the 50 at the 45 in enemy territory.
7 Pirates, 7 Pirates. Hut, hut.
Now Romo. Oh, he's got Hester complete. And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6. A big play that time on the catch and run. 39 yards. Now a chance to make that big play really hurt. It's 1st and goal just outside the 5. Now Romo. This is caught. And he is in. Touchdown, Chicago. Tony Pollard from 6 yards away. And the Bears have cut it back within a score. Extra point splits the uprights. And they're back within a touchdown at 21-14. Brown now to kick it away after the touchdown. And not willing to risk a return. This ball's going to come out to the 30-yard line. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. And they'll just simply be looking to build off the confidence of the last time out where they scored a touchdown.
And confidence is powerful, isn't it? When you've scored once, you feel like you can go back out there and get it done again. Doesn't matter what the defense throws at them. They feel like they're in a groove right now, and they want to get out there and show it.
Yeah, hoping to stay in that groove here this go-around. Again, Peterson. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. Able to get the 1 yard he needed, but nothing more.
2nd and 1, and people want to run the football. This is where every back in the league is supposed to do exactly what we just saw there. Pick up the first down.
Trap 60, trap 60.
The play fake, now White. He'll buy some time right. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
Well, that was actually throwing game 101 right there. You challenge double coverage like that, you're liable to get burned. Fortunate that was just incomplete.
Peterson gets the call running left. And running with power here. And he's able to get this to the 40-yard line before he's out of bounds. 137 yards rushing for him in this one, and he is drawing ever closer to a 2,000-yard season. From the gun, here's White. He throws it on the move, but can't connect as that falls incomplete.
Offense was moving it a little bit, had them back on their heels, but they earned a brief pause by forcing the incompletion. That gives them a quick chance to regroup and try and mount a stand before they're backed up even further.
Now White. Oh, he's going to let this go for the end zone. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had it and dropped it. That is an unforced error there, and it takes away what could have been a touchdown. Here comes the 7th play now of this drive as this is 3rd and 10. Back to throw. White. That one out wide and intercepted. And the Bears are going to take over at their own 28-yard line. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. A long drive last time out for this offense, Charles. If you remember, they started basically in the shadows of their own end zone, marched it down the field, and a lot of that was through the passing game.
And partner, as a former defensive back, I'm having almost a physical reaction watching what's happening right now, but let's give credit where it's due because they've done an excellent job moving the ball through the air. Secondary getting picked apart pass by pass. Obviously, they need to make some adjustments there on the back end.
And because offensively, we know that they're not going to be shy about throwing that football. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. Last play went for over 30 yards. This one not quite as big, but still over 20. From the gun, here's Romo. He's got it complete to Gronkowski. Now the Bears going to call the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number one.
I know the halftime's approaching, but I don't think he's going to want to take a break. That's his 5th catch.
Yeah, they've really been targeting the tight end.
Here's a 2nd and 5.
Come on, set. Come 19. Ready.
Now it's Romo. That'll be caught by Hester. And he takes this one in for a Bears touchdown from 13 yards out.
And the Bears are an extra point away from tying the ball game here in the final minute of the first half.
Extra point right down the middle. And that is going to tie our game as we approach halftime. A couple of teams locked into a good one here. 21 all the score as the kick's away.
And no run back here. That's going to be a touchback. And we'll bring it out to the 30-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive.
And they've got a little over 40 seconds to work with if they want to try to put something together.
He's got his man Cruz. Call it a gain of a yard, and it'll be second down.
18 Cardinal.
This time they'll just keep this on the ground. And obviously not fooling anybody here as they stop him behind the line of scrimmage. Now the Bears going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in this first half. Out of the gun, it's White. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Partner, what we're seeing so far is a defense is certainly coordinated. Both levels doing their jobs in tandem. The back helping the front helping the back. The pressure got home on that last play and forced him to try and throw through contact and short of the sticks.
And when it's said and done, it's a 58-yard punt. And there'll be time for maybe one final play before halftime. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive.
And they'll begin inside their own 10, so field position certainly not in their favor here.
He's going to fire one deep over the middle. And this one is incomplete. First half in the books. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the third quarter. And ready to get the party started for the second half. It was an even first half, all tied on the scoreboard.
And they'll opt not to return this, but since the ball did hit in the landing zone, this will come out to the 20.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway.
Well, the first half, very even. I mean, really, in all facets, this ball game tied, Charles. So as we start the third quarter, curious to see what the second half brings us.
Certainly am. I'm with you on that one, and we all know a lot of coaches from the NFL all the way down to the Pee Wee level. They love to spin it to their teams. Hey, we're starting a brand new, shorter ball game. It's all even. Let's go out and seize it. This is ours.
Sliding out of the pocket. Now he's going to throw deep right side.
And he's going to be intercepted for the third time thus far. Picked by Troy Reeder. And the Bears are going to take possession here at their own 33.
He got outside the pocket there trying to improvise, and he was calling for the ball downfield, but still the interception.
I think what happened, he did call for the ball thinking that he was open, but I think the quarterback spotted him too late. And that margin that he had on the defenders, that got eaten up, and they came up with the interception.
And that's caught inside the 35. And all the way down to the 25-yard line. A huge play there for Chicago. 42 yards.
Man, I just love being in this stadium. So much history, tradition, so many great teams and games, and we're seeing a pretty good one right now. Hotly contested in the third quarter.
Breaks a tackle. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. 14 yards and a Chicago first down.
Most of their damage has been done through the air. I mean, they've rung the bell 3 times with passing touchdowns, but guess what? Ground game has not been neglected. Nice little burst right there.
Firing quickly, but it's incomplete.
Well, they certainly did a nice job there, picking him up out of the backfield and then running stride for stride with him. That's good coverage, and it led to an incompletion.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10.
Trap 60. Ready.
Romo now to throw it. And he couldn't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. Nothing open downfield. He keeps it himself for 11 and a first down.
He's been patient this entire game, waiting for the perfect moment to surprise them with a quarterback keeper. There he catches him off guard and converts his first rush of the...
And he'll get in. He's over for the touchdown.
The sneak successful from a yard out, and the Bears have moved out in front.
Point after, right down the middle. And they will take a 7-point lead. Brown now to kick it away after the touchdown. Pushing his way through, and he'll be out of bounds across the 25. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And the points, they have come fast and furious in this quarter.
You really don't want to be on the defensive side of the ball right now, do you? Because you're either thinking, my replacement may get an opportunity.
Your head better be on a swivel.
Totally. Or maybe I just need to get out of the game for a while because I just can't slow these guys down. They've got to figure out a way to disrupt these offenses. And typically, one guy makes a big play, and that can help change things.
And they'll be looking for disruption on both sides right now. Now third down is looming. A pickup of 2 on first down and just 1 yard there.
Sometimes your philosophies get challenged at times you don't want them to. They did try to stick to the running game on the first 2 plays. Didn't amount to much.
And now facing a 3rd and long at the outset of this drive. Being chased out left. Give him 7 on the tuck and run, and it'll get him a new set of downs.
1st and 10, and they've got 3 tight ends out there. A jumbo package look.
Another tote for the workhorse here this afternoon, Peterson. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down.
So where'd all that running room that he had in the first half go? Because it looks like it's drying up a little bit here. Someone made some adjustments, it appears, at least on this drive.
Ball on the 40 now. Here's 2nd down and 7.
From the shotgun, here's White. Well, this is caught by Williams. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. That'll put him over 150 yards receiving now. Quite a ball game and a first down. Operating from the gun. White. He's airing it out for Williams. Touchdown, Vikings.
Kevin Harris
with his 3rd touchdown so far, number 13 now on the year.
And the Vikings are an extra point away now from tying this ball game.
Gano for the extra point. He's got it. This thing's turning a bit wild here. We're tied at 28. So right back to square one, tied at 28 as he kicks it away.
And no run back forthcoming, so this will come out to the 30.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense.
And their lead has evaporated in this third quarter. It's tied once more as they begin with a 1st and 10.
Nice work to get 7 out of that, and it's 2nd down.
You know what I like about that play? He didn't try to do too much on 1st down. He took what the defense gave him, put together a solid gain to bring up 2nd and manageable. Now they have a couple of plays to pick up just a few yards and a new set of downs.
That is complete downfield to Gronk.
And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. That one good for 26 and a 1st down.
And that was good protection there. No, that was great protection there because it allowed him to lock in on his receiver. Although I think he was looking for his tight end on the corner route all the way. Nice connection there for a really nice gain.
Off play action. Romo. And down he goes. They sack him back right around the 41-yard line. A loss of 4 that time on the sack, and it brings up 2nd. Romo now to throw. Under pressure, and they got to him again. It'll go in the books as a 7-yard loss on the sack, and it's 3rd down.
Yeah, some real defensive resistance there, saying not so fast to a good drive. They had marched to the end zone the last time out.
Here we go.
Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down went backwards. It's 3rd and very long. They'll send a receiver in motion to the left. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Forced out to his left. Wide open, Gronkowski. He'll get 17 back there, but it'll still lead to a 4th down.
There's another example where defensive coaches constantly preach, not allowing any run after the catch. They gave up a few more yards than they wanted to, but they were able to get him down quickly and force a 4th down.
And his kick is absolutely perfect, and they have regained the lead.
So give him 3 on that drive. You know, normally you'd say, we'll take it, but the way points have been flying around, it feels like a little bit of a letdown.
Yeah, you just have to wonder, are field goals going to be enough? Because as you pointed out, the way touchdowns have been scored, does kicking a field goal actually put you at a disadvantage the rest of the way?
The lane opens here. He's past the 30.
And a nice return, but he's going to pay for it as they knock him down hard at the end.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway.
Hawk 70, Hawk 70. 19 Tiger. Check over.
They start the drive with Peterson. And he'll be taken down after a decent gain, and that will bring us to the end of this 3rd quarter of play. Back now at Soldier Field. It's been a very hotly contested game to this point, just a field goal.
Ready, set.
2nd down and 6 now.
Now a give to Peterson running left.
And strong running there as he's across midfield and down to the 49. 159 yards rushing for him so far as his terrific season continues here.
After 60, 19 Lion. 18 Rattler.
To throw, White. He finds his man, complete. That's Peterson. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on 1st down.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
And he'll get it down on the play to the 37. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a 1st down.
2nd and 1 is often an invitation to take the big shot downfield. I bet the offensive lineman said, are you kidding? We just get on our backs and let's go get the first down. They love being physical.
Carry number 20 now for Peterson.
And this defense not ready for that one as he'll take this down inside the 25.
13 yards as the Vikings pick up the first down.
Here we go, here we go.
And off comes to Peterson. And after the good gain last play, this time they say, as he's going to be stopped behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave them 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through, but that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
He turned that into a nice gain, gets him 8 yards closer for 3rd down.
Well, it certainly appears to me that the defensive guys are starting to look a little bit tired while he still has some fresh legs. Not the biggest gain we've seen on a scramble, but still some positive yardage on a play that initially looked like a sure win for the defense.
And he takes it down to the 13 and picks up the first. 5 yards is the pickup there as that extends this drive.
From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10.
They'll try to run wide side with Peterson. And he'll be taken down at the 2-yard line. It's a good gain of 11. Sets him up 1st and goal.
Peterson is in. Touchdown, Minnesota. Some good running there at the end of the drive. He had the burst that set up the 1st and goal, and then one play later, he's in the end zone.
Brandon, what I liked about that sequence is I'm not sure who made the play call, but they understood the situation, understood the momentum. A nice hard-charging run, give it right back to him, and let him cap things off.
Extra point try good by Gano, and that will make this a 4-point game. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away.
And no chance to see a return on the dynamic kickoff. They'll move this out to the 30-yard line. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. We certainly have a good one on our hands. They're trailing after that last touchdown, but now a chance for this offense to try to snag that lead right back here in the 4th quarter.
To throw is Romo. To the left side and caught by Hester. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A good pickup there, 21 yards.
And here we are in the 4th quarter, partner, and watch them drive for what would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know this is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool back there. Not just for himself, but to keep the rest of the team relaxed too.
Here's Romo. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard.
Just need a yard here. 2nd and 1.
Here's Romo.
Short throw complete to Gronkowski.
It'll be a pickup of 4, good enough to earn him yet another first down.
And that's why defensive coaches preach swarming to the football. It's usually going to take more than one guy to get that big man down.
And it did right there. Multiple broken tackles, but they eventually get him down. Escaping the pressure right. And that is caught on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. The throw took him a little too far. It's 2nd down.
Another try, 2nd and 10 now.
60 Maverick, 60 Maverick. Here we go. Set.
Romo. And this time he's got the hookup. It's complete. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
Plenty of time. All 3 timeouts still remain. Here's 1st and 10 now.
Ready? Ready?
Romo. Flush to his right. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. It looks like a 12-yard loss there on the first down sack. Romo now to throw. This one taken in by Hester. Now the Bears going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down.
And that was yardage that they needed there after the sack on 1st down. They didn't get all of it back, but now they look at 3rd down as a manageable situation, one that they have a much better chance of picking up.
Now it's Romo. And he's brought down short. 2 yards there, needed 4.
Sometimes it's hard to figure, but you can live with incompletions in this situation. You can't live with these short gains that take time off the clock.
You know who loves it? This defense.
Here we go. Here we go. 7 Pirates. 7 Pirates. Trap 60. Trap 60. Go.
Desperation time for Romo on 4th down. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he is going to get out of bounds with the 1st down. So that's going to double their pleasure for sure. They get the 1st and save a timeout.
Ready, ready.
Romo. Oh, and that's going to sabotage their comeback plans. It is intercepted. And a great return here gets this one all the way down to the 26-yard line.
Just when you thought this game might be turned on its ear, a late interception pretty much going to seal the deal.
Yeah, boy, talk about having your backs to the wall. This defense, they look like they were in danger of surrendering this lead, but they knew they needed that one play, and they got it right there, partner.
Let's go now.
Down to a knee here. The defense still with a couple of timeouts. We'll see if they want to use them.
Okay, ready.
So the final seconds have ticked away in this Minnesota victory. And a little bit of a surprise, they lose the turnover battle, but wind up winning the ballgame.
And this is very unusual because you know all teams stress winning the turnover battle as a key indicator to winning ball games. So when you get something that goes against the grain like the one we saw here, it's quite the oddity. Now, let's face it, they'll be very happy that they pulled this off, but they do know that in the future, they've got work on taking care of the football because this won't happen very often.
So for Minnesota, their playoff chances take an uptick as they move to 7-4. And they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for the Bears, their luck may have run out as they fall to 4-7 now in the year. And they'll have a quick turnaround as they're back in action Thursday at noon Eastern for the traditional Thanksgiving Day game in Detroit. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. Alongside Charles Davis, we thank our entire crew. I'm Brandon Gaudin. This is the NFL on EA Sports.